Hello. Going to double check my sound is working properly, make sure my headset's on properly. Yeah. Seems like it is working properly because my hideous voice. Excellent. Looks like I'm going to have to be much quieter because this is picking up a lot of noise. There we go. Turn it down again. So to the wonderful world of PS4 streaming, I guess. I've had a few people emailing me, well, not emailing me, but emailing me on Gmail and a few comments as well, asking when the PC is happening. PC, I will explain in the podcast this week, but the PC is going to be on its way probably as I go into America. I now have a date to go to America, the 11th of December, which is amazing. So I'm just going to hold off until then, rather than sending it all and having a break on the way. Until then, I can stream on PS4 and have a good time doing that. This is one of the games I've always wanted to stream as well. Full disclosure, I played a little bit of Odyssey when it came out, but it was on a very slow PC at the time, so I didn't really get the full experience. I do have a 2 degrees. Sorry, I've got a bachelor's degree in ancient history and a master's in ancient warfare. So ancient Greece, ancient Rome is my jam. I love it, and hopefully, you guys will, when you watch the recording of this, or you may even turn up to the stream, you can have a look at this with me, and we'll go over things and see how things go. So, would go on the Discovery tour to just walk around, but I actually want to play the game. I actually want to have a little go here and play the game. So, let's jump in. I should probably... Let me just see if I can turn my mic down. It doesn't look like I can do it. Yeah, I'm just doing my normal. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. Let's get into it, shall we? One thing I will say for the PS4, it is insanely good at making sure that things are blurred out. It does things for you. It's pretty cool. Start a new game, shall we? Every game in ancient Greece, every story in ancient Greece, in Western media, starts with the 300. We're never going to get away from the Spartans being ubermensch. Don't think it's ever going to happen.
We are ready, my king.
Tell me, Lenakis, have you ever gone fishing with your son?
No, never. A soldier's life is all I've had the honor to know.
I would have liked to have gone fishing with my son. But now... let us meet our fate, shall we? Spartans! Every breath that you have taken
Hey, Clockwork.
has led you to this moment. Every drop of blood, sweat, and tear, all of it has led to where you stand right now. The Persians come to make slaves of us all. I have a better idea. I say we drench the gods with their blood! What say you, Spartans? For our sons! For our daughters! For Sparta!
Alright, I think we're starting right now. I think we're fighting straight away. I always dine in hell. Like, it's my favourite restaurant, to be fair. Jesus. Hollywood. There's nothing worse for a historian than Hollywood combat in these things, but it's a bit of fun. Okay. All right. This little thing he does. Oh. Come back, you motherfucker. Come here. Okay. L1. Okay, it's getting a lot more intuitive now. Fuck you.
They're flogging! Come on!
You needed to have the Spartan kick in there. I don't like the way he doesn't like use the haft of the spear, because in real life ancient warfare the haft, you'd use it all the time. It's like half the weapon. You're missing half the weapon by not using the haft of the spear. Gonna warn you guys, I'm not a huge fan of Sparta historically. Much more a fan of Thebes and Athens, to be honest. I think the Spartan reputation as historical chat is a bit overwrought. Ugh. Come here, motherfucker. Ah. Just murdering all these dudes. Okay, I think. Okay, I nearly ran out of Persians there to stab. Stabby McStabby. Well, there we go. I actually bought Age of Decadence Clockwork, but I've never played it. Oh. You'd think he had a sword as secondary weapon, wouldn't you?
I'll bring Xerxes your head! Xerxes sends his sheep slaughtered. Come, Persian! I will bring Xerxes your head, you insolent Spartan fool! Come and get it!
Okay. You can just tell this is just...
Your bloodline ends today, Spartan! I'll get drunk on your blood as the crows feed on your eyes! You will try, and you will fail! Xerxes is the king of kings! All will bow before him after I crush you! Come, fool! Enough talk!
Why are the Persians always the bad guys? Like...
More of a warrior than you! Once I'm done with you, king, all of Sparta's sons will be slaves for Xerxes!
Like, he used the after the spear, then.
Rather die! That can be arranged! Not so tough without your army to protect you! Then why are you bleeding? No match for a Spartan!
So overly macho. I might stream it, Age of Decadence. I know it's like very retro. I've seen it's like really, really, really old looking, which I quite like actually.
We are betrayed, my king. Xerxes knows of the path behind the mountain. They are coming.
By dawn, you will be completely surrounded.
We are Spartans. When are we not?
Spartans. That word will mean nothing when Xerxes wipes your bloodline from the face of...
Today was a day the Persians will never forget. Tomorrow is a day the world will remember.
Hey, Golden Lion, how's it going?
Finally.
Origins, yeah, I definitely would stream Origins. I'm a big fan of Origins.
Wow, this is big, Layla. Did you really think it's the spear?
This is the one. The book was almost right on top of it. I've never been so lucky in my life. Okay, let's start her up.
Are you sure we can trust this thing? I mean, the book could be...
Just started, Victoria.
You're the boss, boss. I'll prep it for you.
Okay, so worth noting, I've made some changes since you were last in here.
There's no keeping up with the tech industry these days.
I can crank up the simulation to maximum sensory synchronization if you're up for it.
Let's just go with normal, huh? Now, I like how they mention RPG mechanics here. From what I know, the RPG mechanics are in this game, but the story RPG element is not in the game at all. Like, not at all. And I also am not sure what they did with the story to Assassin's Creed. I know 1, 2, and 3 and Black Flag, they all had the same story. Kind of. But they rebooted with our Origins, obviously, and that was a really good way, because I know Layla is directly related to Bayek in Assassin's Creed Origins. But I always thought that the excuse to go to ancient Greece with Layla again is just so flimsy, when they could have just got a new character who is Greek, keep her as a female if you want, and then do the story again where the assassins get a hold of this guy, get a hold of this girl, and you know, yeah, and I agree. Clockwork, yeah, everyone hates an Empire. Empires aren't terribly bad, you know. I mean, as a historian, I can tell you a lot of advancements in human history has been because Empire has been pushing the boundaries and gobbling up land all over the place. You know, whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing is completely up to you, but for me, I think empires get a really bad truck in fiction. And so do corporations as well, to be honest with you. Corporations are a lot more evil than empires, trust me. But even then, some corporations are run quite well and help people out, so it's not... I'm very wary of absolutes. I'm not really sure that Assassin's Creed died in Black Flag. I mean, Black Flag was a really good game, but I've gone back and played it before this. It's very clunky. You know,
Let's
it's
take
really
this
clunky.
one step at a time.
Understood. If you're looking for something a little more intense, I can always adjust the settings for you later. This bit will let me know how much information will be fed to you during your time in the Animus.
Guided mode. A more traditional experience. Markers are displayed at all times. Quest objectives are given to you automatically. Okay. Exploration mode. A new approach. Playstyle. The user must investigate the world to uncover targets and quest objectives. This is the way it's going to be. Okay.
You
We'll go
don't
with
need to worry
exploration.
about me. I've got this.
A little autonomy never killed anyone. At least, I don't think so. Just let me know if you need assistance, and I can always add the helpers back in. Listen, Layla, before you go off...
If this book is right, this spear, this story, it will change everything.
You're putting a lot of faith in a fairly unreliable source. Historian or not, this guy wrote about magical objects and the will of the gods.
He's not Homer. Herodotus was the first recorded historian, so there's a lot more truth in that text than you think. I mean, what better way is there of finding Isu artifacts than by trusting in the guy who claimed to meet an actual descendant?
I know, but...
I need you to trust me. You could be right. This spear, this book, it could all be crap. But something tells me it isn't, and I'm certainly not gonna let Abstergo find out first.
You're right. We haven't got much to lose anyway. There's just one small problem.
What is it?
This manuscript is in rough condition, to say the least. The DNA found on the spear has identified 2 different individuals. You're going to have to pick which strand of DNA to pursue. The choice is yours.
Oh, great. Pressure time. So... yeah, I think Lion. I think that'd be a really good way of doing it with the way that the Animus works. As much as I would like to look up Cassandra's skirt for the next 40 hours, and I don't care what anyone says, Cassandra, from what I've seen of the story, Cassandra is the canon protagonist of this game. Like, she is. Her voice actor is also better. But I do like how over the top Alexios sounds, and I love the fact that he kind of reminds me of the guy from A Princess Bride. So I think I might go with him. I really like Cassandra though as a character and as a voice actress, and she's definitely better to look at for me than Alexios is. But I really do find it hard to roleplay as a woman, so I'm going to go with Alexios. Even though he is basically, if there's any protagonist who is just generic, here I am, you know, Alex, King of Men, it is this guy, you know? And I think Ubisoft do this too much, in that every single character that they have is this amazing Adonis-looking guy or girl. It's literally the best-looking version of whatever game they're playing. It's just, you know, these 2 gorgeous people who you're playing as. With Valhalla, when it's coming out, I would love to play as this fat, sweaty Viking with a handlebar moustache who can't fit into his armor. you know, like who has like acne scars and stuff. Why not? Why can't I play as someone? If I'm playing as someone like Eric the Red, I want to look like this fucking intense. You know, might be ugly because people. The modern version of beautiful wasn't always the beautiful. You know, look at Greek art. Look at ancient Greek sculptures. The look of the people we see on busts are always idealized in the eyes of the Romans. I don't think there are any good-looking Roman busts, but if you saw this girl on a Roman bust or this guy on a Roman bust, you go, whoa, that person was fucking beautiful. They were really good-looking. So, you know, I don't like the way that Ubisoft do that. Like, they're always the idealized version of them, of people. I would love to play as this fat, sweaty Viking. You know, yeah, that'd be my thing. I agree with that, Clockwork, and I talked up in the Outer Worlds video about how Outer Worlds views corporations is just idiotic, but you know.
He will lead us down the right path, I'm sure.
All right, boss. We're finally good to go. 431 BCE, here we come.
The start of Peloponnesian War.
I was about to say that.
No pressure or anything, but we're all depending on you.
Abstergo isn't gonna win this time. If what the book says is true and we do actually find the artifact, the assassins will finally have a chance to rise again.
You can do it.
Oh, and Victoria? Read the book. It holds the secrets I won't be able to find on my own when I'm in there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I don't know what any of that meant, but yeah, that's cool. That loaded quick. Impressive, PS4, impressive. What do you guys think that the greatest console of all time is? In current generation included.
Shitface! Get down here! Cyclops got a message for you.
Tell your boss he can stick it.
That's for last week!
Malaka!
The Cyclops said you like to act tough, so act tough!
Get a little closer and I will.
You should know the Cyclops always collects his debts. You have a lesson to learn.
If the Cyclops wants to teach you, tell him to come here himself. Last week? This shit happens every week. I can't keep doing this. Nah. Thanks for the warning.
What happened to you?
It's nothing, Phoebe. All taken care of now.
The Cyclops again, huh? Hasn't he learned his lesson yet?
Apparently not. Of course. Help yourself.
You hungry too, Icarus? Do you think Zeus will bless me with an ego like he blessed you, Alexios? Maybe you could ask him for me.
This reminds me of the meme of Commander Shepard trying to choose his socks, which socks he's going to wear, and he just sweats so much that the galaxy explodes.
Phoebe. We've been over this.
I know. He's just an eagle.
So, what are you doing here?
Oh, I almost forgot. Marcos is looking for you.
What does that weasel want now?
Don't know. He wants you to meet him at his new house. On his vineyard.
Wait, what? A vineyard? Malaka!
It's on the road to Sami. He says wine will make him rich.
Since when has he had a vineyard?
Yesterday, I think?
So, Marcos, who owes me drachmi, is buying vineyards. With what money?
I don't know.
Where can I find Marcos's new, beautiful estate?
You know the statue of Zeus on Mount Ainos? It's south of that.
Well, I guess I owe Marcos a little visit. Thank you, Phoebe.
I'll go tell Marcos you're coming.
Wait, hang on. If I'm going there as well... Never mind.
My hair.
Now, from what I know, this isn't really true. There are certain things that are definitely choices that do this, but not a lot of them. No. He's a merc, he's not an asshole.
Fun's over. Tell that one-eyed freak, if he sends you here again, I'm going to cut his other eye out and feed it to my bird. I'll see Marcos as soon as I'm dressed.
Alright.
I'll have to go up top to get dressed.
What? Why did you put your clothes on the top floor?
Marcos knew this would serve young Alexios well. Can't imagine fighting the Cyclops' thugs with it now.
If you can hear that, that's the rain outside, and there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Hey, I remembered. It is gorgeous, isn't it? There's a game, yeah.
Let's get this on.
Let's get this on. It's just awful armor that they give you to start, isn't it? It's just ugly. Hey. That's broken. Okay, fine. Well, didn't you just...
Phoebe slept here again. Poor kid. No place to call home.
Alright. So, Assassin's Creed Odyssey takes place in all of ancient Greece. This is easily, from what I know, the largest map ever produced in a video game. At least in modern times, anyway. I know Daggerfall was bigger, but that was procedurally generated. This is basically all of ancient Greece in one map, which is ridiculous. And for all of its flaws, all of the flaws of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, when I first played it, I got to a stage where I got to Athens, and it's literally one of the best moments I've had in video games. When I got to Athens for the first time, you come round the stretch and you pull into Athens. It's pretty cool, pretty amazing. It does have flaws though, and by God, will we be going over those flaws. But Marcus bought a new vineyard on Kefalonia, southern part of Mount Inos. And this is another part of the game I actually liked, but it could be a bit obtuse as well. Is that on the left here, it actually tells you whereabouts things are. It doesn't just say here is a quest marker most of the time. It just says it's around here somewhere. So it lets you explore. But sometimes you do just want to get to where you headed. To be honest with you. So okay, so let's head out then. Vis-a-vis, I will be doing when Cyberpunk is out. I was asked this the other day. I will be doing a Cyberpunk let's play on stream, but it'll be after I've done my first playthrough. So my first playthrough is going to be as a nomad, and then when I do my corpo playthrough, I will do that on stream. One thing about Assassin's Creed characters that I really hate is that I get tired just watching them. Yeah, why be in a game like that if you're not going to be Mad Max? If a game gives you the option of being Mad Max, be fucking Mad Max. Don't be messing around. I mean, why would your first thing want to be a street kid? That's like every single Cyberpunk thing ever. And why would you want to be a corpo? It's like just lame, isn't it? So, from what I know of Odyssey, I think I got to a part where it got grindy, so with the PC I had at the time, I just didn't want to put up with it. But it's quite nice now that, the PS4's here, we got... And it's loaded really quickly, and there's no slowdown in this game either. And whoa. Who the hell are you?
That's what I get for sparing you. No man.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm going after this guy. Shit, I'm trying to block. I'm trying to, like I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. Ow. Literally treating it like I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm like trying to press all the perfect block buttons.
Guess this is the vineyard. Straight ahead.
Okay. I also am not a big fan of how...
Let's see what you've gotten yourself into this time, Marcos.
I'm also not a big fan of how Assassin's Creed has basically used this eagle thing 3 times now. Like, when Valhalla comes out... Oh, look at that. Wow. And when Valhalla comes out, that'll be 3 times they've used it, which is pretty stupid. Like, I think there's other things you can use. We will be climbing on Zeus's balls this stream. Just saying. This is impressive. But I think it's also a really good commentary on AAA gaming's largesse. What I mean by that is that this is a really big world. But as we play through it, you'll be surprised at how little is actually in it. Which I hope they get right in England, because Dark Ages England is one of my favourite time periods to study. So if they don't get it right in Valhalla, I'm going to be really annoyed. Right, okay, so... How do I get out of you now? Oh, I'll do this, don't I? Okay, cool. One of my favourite things to do in Origins was to literally fly the bird all the way to the pyramids when I couldn't be there yet as a player, because I was too low level. It's also really nice to be able to talk full... ooh, Ostraca is a thing. Another thing. Ostraca... Ostraca were what were used to cast votes in ancient Greece, and so most of the cities, like Athens, they use these stone or oval stone tablets when you'd have a person's name on it, and they're called Ostraca because you're using them to ostracize someone from Athens. It's normally an ostracism vote, which basically means you're exiling people from Athens for a little while. Happened to most people, to be honest with you. If you became too popular in Athens, it just happened to you. It happened to a lot of people. It happened to Pericles, for God's sake. So, yeah, that's what Ostraca are when the game shows you. It's quite nice that that's the collectible that you get in the game. Lots of ancient historians who play the game are like, oh, brilliant, Ostraca, when you see it. And fun fact, the Durham University Classics newspaper is called Ostraca. There you go. Years since I wrote in it, though. Let's head back there one day.
Boss, I keep telling you, you can't do that.
Why? It's my farm. I can plant what I want.
The grapes will die here. All of them.
You have to forget what you know about the past, my friend. Together, we will revolutionize winemaking. Believe me, you will look back on this day and... Alexios, thank the gods! Phoebe found you in time. I can still hear you! I was worried sick. The Cyclops sent his scum to find you. I think they mean you harm.
I wish you would have told me that before they hit me. But that's besides the point. You bought a vineyard, Marcos? A vineyard?
Why not? I like wine, you like wine, everybody likes wine. Everybody buys wine. Why not from me?
Because you don't know how to grow grapes or make wine.
I'm a fast learner. You grow grapes on the vine, then you get some wine.
Oh, it's that simple, is it?
You know me better than to think I don't have a plan. Marcos always has a plan.
All right. Then do you have the money you owe me?
Do I have the money I owe you? Of course, of course. Well, no, not at the moment.
Then get it.
Instantly, my friend, instantly. But maybe you should do that. There is a merchant in Sami. I'm not very good at these things, as you know.
You want me to collect my own debt?
It's just waiting for you in Sami, my friend.
Who's the merchant?
Dhuris. You know Dhuris. He's very nice.
Dhuris? How stupid can you get? Stop giving him money.
He always pays me back.
After I threaten him?
Exactly. Everybody benefits. Dhuris gets his money, I get my interest, and you have work. Kefalonia is wonderful, is it not?
How do you want to handle this one?
Not like you handled that olive oil business. That was too much.
I got the money.
And now we'll never get any more from him. If you kill them all, nobody benefits. Threatening them, and maybe more. Breaking things, certainly. Steal the money if you have to, but don't rob me of my customers. Unless you can't avoid it. These things happen.
Where can I find Dhuris?
In a shop in Sami, overlooking the docks. You know this, Alexios.
Will he be there?
You mistake me for the Pythia. I couldn't possibly know.
He'd better have my money, Marcos. I'd hate to have to sell our vineyard.
Of course he will. Oh, After, there's another matter I want to discuss with you. After.
Fine, but I'm taking a horse. It's too hot and too long a walk to go on foot.
But...
Think of it as interest, Marcos. Everybody benefits.
Of course, my friend. You shall have your pick.
The Rio de Janeiro experience. Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I stand by what I said, though. If a game lets you be Mad Max, then be Mad Max.
Tell me about this one.
The Skiros. You have an eye for sturdy stock, my friend. That horse can cling to mountain passes like a god.
The one in the middle. Tell me about it.
Ah, you have picked a beauty, my friend. That horse is from Thessalonia, bred for its courage.
I like the look of the one on the right.
Ah, the Macedonian. These are
Yep,
bred
that's the
for
one.
battle. A true warrior's horse.
Yeah, Macedonian.
I've made my choice.
Which one will it be?
That one. On the right.
Fine choice. But this particular breed has a few quirks that you might not be aware of. I wouldn't want you to take an unworthy horse.
This is the one I want.
Are you sure? Because...
I'm sure, Marcos.
everybody benefits. Especially you. You've chosen the great Phobos. He's never let me down.
Phobos.
Remember, meet me at the temple in Sami when you have your money from Duris. Ah, Efterpi. There's plenty of wine left to buy. Don't fret.
Not now, you fool. Phoebe's been taken.
By who?
Thugs of the Cyclops. Who else? Snatched her right off the main road.
Tell me where they went.
In the direction of Itimena Beach.
The beach? Can she swim?
I'll get her.
Yes, go. But don't forget about dear Duris, Alexios.
Shut your fucking face. So, Ghost of Tsushima is releasing a new... Oh, sorry, man. A new mode. A new, New Game Plus mode. So I'll be streaming that as well, because I've completed it. So I'm going to be... I'll come back to this guy. He would go and get Phoebe first, to be fair. Oh, look how gorgeous that is.
There they are. I'll sneak up on the Malakes. Easy now. Come on. Easy.
How do I get off?
Off we
Oh,
go.
no, 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 no. How do I get off?
Hey.
Let me go!
Shut it, or I'll tighten those ropes.
She'll make good ransom drachmi for the Cyclops.
No one's gonna buy me from you. They're all poor.
Keep quiet, Phoebe. This tall grass will keep me hidden. Can't let the rest of those Malakes get away.
Pass? I heard
It's ridiculously easy. What the hell did he just stab? Jesus.
Time to get Phoebe out of here.
Alexios, I'm here. Untie me.
After I loot, girl. Ooh. I have a new breastplate.
Are you alright?
It wasn't so bad. Last time they put a cloth in my mouth so I'd stop biting.
Phoebe, just be careful. You're alone now since...
Since my parents died? I'm okay. I've got you, and you've got me and Marcos. We're your family, right?
It certainly likes to load things, doesn't it?
You'll have to be stronger than that.
Don't give in! Let him have it! Got you.
Again. Up.
Yes, Pater.
A Spartan rises as soon as they have fallen. Ready your staff. Widen your stance. A soldier grounds themselves. Good. Good. Approach me.
That's enough, Nikolaos. The sun's going down. Time to eat, don't you think?
What are we eating tonight?
Tonight, we are having baby Cassandra. And what a feast she will be.
No, not her. Take me instead. I'm tasty.
Yes, yes, you're all sweet as honey. Now, come inside. The lamb's turning black.
Here. Lay her in bed.
Yes, Pater.
Alexios. You are my greatest pride. Remember that. You will bring this family to glory. Go.
Right.
You worry too much.
You don't worry enough.
We'll be alright if we watch out for each other. Which reminds me, the thug said you should watch your back.
What'd they say?
They said the Cyclops put a big bounty on you. Talos the Stonefist wants you dead.
Talos, the mercenary. Oh, am I ever not in trouble?
Better get him before he gets you. I hear he's really mean. I'll find my way back to town. Here!
Talos, the Stone Fist? That's just what I need today. Another broken nose. I'm going to have to take care of that.
Okay, bounty hunters, like tell us, hostile mercenaries. Okay. So I think you can recruit most of these onto your crew as well. Okay. Alright. That's another thing that I didn't really get, and that was how... Oh! There we go. Is how it really does gate off content in terms of in your level. I think Origins did the same thing, but not to the extent that that Odyssey did it. A lot of people say you can play the game without the grinding, but I don't see it that way. I don't think you can, to be honest with you.
Off we go.
Don't follow the road. Oh, stop. Fine. No, there's no road. Okay, how did I get off last time? There we go.
Sammy, Doris will be at the shop.
This is another Assassin's Creed thing. You can't just run.
Good to see you.
Let me just jump on every single thing.
Good to see you. Get your boats here. Good for the whole family.
Hello, Doris. Business looks good.
Tell Marcos to come down here himself, if he wants his money. Huh?
No, but I'm here now.
Look, I was a little late paying. Now Marcos says I owe him double because of interest. I don't have it to spare.
Double is a lot.
Double? That's robbery.
That's what I told Marcos.
You know him. He's extreme. If you pay him, this will all be over with.
You told Marcos I've paid enough already. I won't bow to a mercenary or to someone foolish enough to borrow money from the Cyclops.
From the Cyclops? That's how he bought his vineyard?
Look, I know you'd be dead without Marcos. What with him taking you off the street as a kid. But you know what he's doing is crazy.
So basically, I agree that that double was too much. I then said just pay what you owe then. Just pay what you borrowed, and you refused. Now fuck you, give me my money.
Still, that doesnn't change the drachma you owe.
Face it, once the Cyclops gets hold of you, you'll both be dead.
Okay.
Hey, stop! That's my stuff! All right. I'll pay you, just stop. Fine. The money's yours. Just leave.
Pleasure doing business with you, Doris.
Keep my name off your lips. I don't want the Cyclops coming after me for the debt you can't pay.
All right.
Got a job to do, Alexios?
Yeah. Do you want to give me one? Okay. The romances in this are also interesting, to say the least. To say the absolute least. Out the fucking way.
Easy. Come on. Come on.
Right, so... I love how... Move!
Ella. Let's go.
Look at they they try and get out the way, and then they run into the road to try and get out the way. Let's move.
Come on.
She sounds like the horse in Dragon Age Inquisition. Now this is really interesting. Now, for people who didn't know, and it's surprising how many people don't know this, is that statues in ancient Greece were not as they are coloured now. They were painted. One thing I loved about...
Off we go now.
Nope, I want to get off the horse. Get off the horse. There we go. One thing that's super interesting is that, and I love that they did in this, is that they painted all of their statues in Origins. No, sorry, in Odyssey. Especially when you get to Athens and Sparta, the statues look amazing when they're painted. Did anyone ever get annoyed with the fact that there are certain characters in games that sometimes do an accent for one word? Like there was a guy, like the girl in this said, you know, Herodotus. It's like, just take Herodotus, you know, it's fine.
You're running out of time until the Cyclops comes for you, Malaka. He wants his money.
Could I have an extension?
When he sails back to Kefalonia, he'll come and break you as soon as he docks, if you don't get it.
Now, let's be civil.
You can't hide behind your glories, Mistios forever, Marcos. He'll kill you, the mercenary, and that little runt girl that hangs around.
Of course, not a problem. I'll get the drachmi.
Good. Or I'll come and watch the Cyclops feed you to his goats.
Ah, Alexios, I can tell from the smile on your face, Duris has paid you your drachmi.
Who's smiling? I just heard where you got the drachmi for the vineyard. Are you out of your fucking mind?
We can get the money back, can't we? I'm sure it's possible.
We have no other choice now. We need a plan.
That's what I do best.
This will take more than the usual tricks up your sleeve.
I long for the old days. Remember them? They were simple. You had nothing, young and alone, and I had everything. And I gave you the world, Kefalonia, in the palm of your hand.
Cassandra!
Don't see fishes like you every day, huh? Oh! Ha! You hungry? How about we make a deal? I do something for you. You do a few things for me. Everybody wins. Best offer you're gonna get. Think about it.
Wait!
Doesn't look dodgy at all.
Some gift.
You were nothing without Marcos, and look how far we've come. From an orphan on the streets to a Misthios with a hovel.
And now the Cyclops will take everything away. I can't protect you from him forever. He'll kill me too.
Oh, don't be scared of him. And look at you.
How could I go up against him? With what weapons? A rusty spear? A broken bow?
There you are. Skulking around the temple won't save you from me, Marcos.
Drusilla! I was just talking about you.
You were?
I need that wood, Marcos. These new bows will be the talk of the island. I can't make anything with those bandit malakes stopping the wood shipments.
Of course you can. Why, I was just filling my friend Alexios in on the details. He already has a plan to deal with these bandits.
You know me. Always prepared.
What did I tell you? He will leave no stone unturned.
I don't care who does it, but someone better got those bandits. Today.
A wonderful idea. I, for one, need to rush home. Alexios, I've cooked up a plan for our Cyclops dilemma. See me when you have time.
If you want your wood, you'll have to fix my broken bow first.
I usually only pay when the deed is done, but shit's moving at a snail's pace. Follow me. These bows will make me rich as Chrysos.
They're that good, are they?
War's brewing. The Athenians need good bows if they want to hold off.
Why are you running like a cripple?
Everybody benefits, I guess.
Who are you? Marcos? You should be tired of this small-time shit. You'd make a fortune in this war. Plus, I hear you're a secret Spartan.
That was a long time ago. I'm a Kephalonian.
Hand it over. There you go, good as new. That bow is as strong as Heracles himself. Give it a try. Shoot your arrow at those dummies.
She sounded kind of turned on there, in. Nice. Right, what are we doing? Right. Ability. It's all the assassin stuff. It's the hunter stuff. This is the... Yeah, I don't want that. So, use that. Sweet. Right, what are we doing now? Head on up here. So the architecture in this game is also spot on. This is the one thing that really grates me about the bad reviews that the game got. Because all the reviews, every bit of criticism it's got is warranted. The grind is ridiculous. Some of the side quests are very repetitive. It's a game masquerading as an RPG, but never really tries to be an RPG. It's almost like you can really tell Ubisoft don't know how to make an RPG, because this is how someone who plays Call of Duty 12 hours a day, this is the kind of RPG they would make if they were asked to make one. Okay. This is not an RPG made by people like Obsidian, people like that, you know. In fact, it's not even an RPG. I don't look at it that. It's an Assassin's Creed game with some element of choice in it. That's pretty much it. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. But the fact, when you see just how many cool little touches that like the historical accuracy that is in this game is so underrated. It's ridiculously underrated. Don't get me wrong, it goes mad Like, in certain parts of the combat and the Atlantis stuff, yeah, it goes crazy. But the actual architecture, the way the world looks, the way the world feels when you're running around it, everything that I've read from people like Xenophon and other ancient Greek sources, you know, they all describe ancient Greece being just like this.
And
So,
what did you see?
so top marks for that. It's not all good though, trust me.
Mighty Cephalus, I entreat you, send us a champion, someone worthy of your mighty spear. Help your priestess in her hour of need.
I'm the only one here, but maybe I can help you.
Oh, Alexios, you startled me.
Why are you looking for a champion?
I need someone worthy to win the spear of Cephalus. I've been deciphering some of the sanctuary's stone carvings. They say the spear was hidden in the caves beneath Kefalonia when the temple was built. You could get it for me, couldn't you? I can give you a reward.
If the spear is in the caves, I'll find it.
Well, maybe you were sent by Cephalus.
Cephalus had a spear?
Alexios, surely you've heard this story since you were a child.
I didn't have much time for stories.
Well, perhaps you didn't. But you know Cephalus founded Kefalonia and started the line of Odysseus. His spear was a gift from the gods. It was said never to miss its target. He must have hidden it in the caves after killing his wife with it.
He threw a spear that wouldn't miss at his wife?
He was hunting and heard her in the bushes. He thought she was a deer. It's a sad story.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, only if you throw it at someone.
Why do you need a spear? Not thinking of becoming a soldier, are you?
Of course not. But think how many people will come to the shrine if we have the Spear of Cephalus. With their donations, I could do so many things. Repair the sanctuary, feed the hungry families in Sami.
So where is this spear?
Apparently, it's hidden deep in the caves beneath Kefalonia. There's an entrance north of here. Maybe you can try that way first.
That's not much to go on.
You have so little faith in the gods. If Cephalus means for us to have the spear, you will find it.
Under Rail, isn't that like a it's kind of like a top-down, retro-looking game, kind of like Stalker, though?
I'll see what I can find.
Oh, thank you. I'll prepare a spot in the sanctuary.
All right. There's the guy. I might have to check that out. No, I don't want to track that quest. There we go. So I think, yeah, it's down here. Good. There's some dude who wants to fight me, by any chance. No? Guess not. Right. Where are we? Oh! Well, we've got to go from the highest point, surely. There goes nothing. Alright. Well, that's handy, isn't it? Hey, XO. I'm actually leaving for the US in December the 11th. Yeah, that was Alexa. Sorry. Yeah, December the 11th. I'm leaving. So. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me swimming into dark water. Thank you. Absolutely not. Wait, have I just... You've gone the wrong way. There we go. How is he holding his breath for this long? Okay, let's head back out. That's where I was. I would say the feds probably have better things to do than watching this stream, but I don't know so much anymore. No, I swam down here, didn't I? So I need to go in here. Right. My fault, guys, sorry. No. Adjust, eyes, adjust, please. There we go. All looks the same down here. Ah. You know what, sometimes Clockwork, like, you have really funny jokes, but you just have no context. So you just say these things, and everyone, like, I miss it, the chat misses it. I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. And then we all go in a different tangent, and then you go, oh no, I meant the Alexa thing, like, you know, that thing. It's like, yeah, that's a good joke, but like, we all just completely miss the context. Ooh, nice. Take it.
Better stay hidden.
He just stamps him in the arse. Oh my god. That's so harsh. That is so harsh. I love how he looted that guy as well. Like, he literally looted the corpse he was trying to loot in front of him, and then stabbed him in the arse. Okay, can I go up this way? Oh, I can go up this way. Okay. Well, I haven't got the thing yet. The spear. Well, did I find it? I guess I did. Ah, there's a place up here. Can I even get to that? I don't think I can. Nah. Oh, I can. Just goes to show, in Assassin's Creed, you can climb up pretty much anything. Oh shit. So am I, Exo. So am I. I am extremely divided on the games. I love the world. I love how they're built. The content, however, I... don't even know what that was. Take that. Seriously, the cave was just there, woman. You kidding?
Alexios, have you come back to talk about the spear?
I have.
Oh, good. Tell me, did you find it?
Maybe.
You mentioned a reward?
Oh, of course. You've certainly earned it.
Nice. So. Lumbering along.
Fair is fair. Are you going to get my wood? Those fucking bandits need a thrashing.
Sure.
Fair is fair. I'll fix your wood problem.
Finally! Marcos sure is lucky he's got you as his scapegoat.
Any idea where these bandits are?
I'm not a tracker, I'm a boyer. They're in the mountains somewhere, that much I know. I'd check close to the lumber camps.
Okay.
There's plenty of trees around. Why do you need this type of wood?
I've been working on a new type of bow. It's more flexible, so it lasts longer and can fire at greater range. Only a very special kind of wood that grows high in the mountains will do.
I'll take care of the bandits.
Make sure that you do, and be quick about it.
Your moaning won't get the job done any faster.
Whoa,
I'll
whoa.
shoot the bandits and get your fucking wood back.
Okay.
I know you will. Take your time.
Jesus.
I trust you.
All right, I did something for you. Now you
Christ.
do something for me. Get my wood.
She really wants wood, doesn't she? No, but that was like... I just said quit moaning, and he's like, "Oh, I got your fucking wood and fucking try to fuck." I'm just like, Jesus. Right, I'm gonna be back in 1 sec. I'm gonna quick toilet break. I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds. Wash my hands. Nothing wrong with my dick. Thank you very much. Right. We throw this on live. Yeah, the side quests, I'm with you on that one. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the side quests, to be honest with you. And I think that's where the game falls down most, is that a lot of people tend to think that because the side quests aren't that good, if the main part of the content in the story of your game is side quests and they're not very good, you know, because this is a game that makes you do side quests to level up. It literally just forces you on them. There's no way, unless you buy. Yeah, there's always that insidious tick in the back of your mind that you go and buy the booster, go and buy the booster, and I always got that really bad feeling in my stomach. This was, yeah, it's so grindy because you need to go and buy the booster.
Here's where the ambush happened. I should look around.
I love how they do the Witcher 3 investigations too.
A group left this area, headed west.
Our Ghost of Tsushima is easily, if not my game of the year, it's up there. But I'll be honest with you, like I do. Is that a mercenary headed my way?
The cart was emptied, then left behind. The thief can't have gotten far, that much cargo.
So in terms of Game of the Year, I have 2 awards in my head, mental awards, that I give games that in my memory, and one of them is best all-round game, and that's basically the best game I played that year. It doesn't have to have come out that year, it just has to be a game that I played for the first time that year. So for instance, this year I played God of War for the first time. It came out last year. Maybe the year before that, but I played it for the first time this year, so it qualifies. Ooh.
Shot in the back while fleeing. Must be the work of bandits.
You gotta look at the body, dude. What? He was looking at something there, and then it went away. Bloody hell's going on? There you go.
That must be the bandit camp I'm looking for.
Cool. So, and then the other reward is in my head is basically game of the year, like of that year. So anything that came out that year that I played brand new, you know. And then from those, I essentially choose from those two games to see which one is my favourite of the year. Whoa, he ducked. The fucking... It ducked. Did you see that? The wolf literally just went, nope. Just fucking ducked. Son of a bitch. So this year, at the moment, God of War's Game of the Year in my head at the moment, for me. All around. It even beats games that are brand new this year, so far. Shortlist is probably God of War... Red Dead 2, which I played for the first time this year. Crusader Kings 3, which I loved. And let's be honest, Valhalla hopefully will be added to the list, and then Cyberpunk 2077 will round out the 5 that I've got to choose from this year. So I will be doing a video about it too. On the new PC that I'm getting when I go to America. Oh, there's wolves there. Shit. Did he see me? Oh shit! Sneak up on them. I'm just hiding in the bush right there. You son of a bitch.
I'd better take some lumber back as proof. That old bag won't just take my word for it.
Oh, Black Flag's gonna be made by the same guy who did. Made by the same guy who did Black Flag. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Wasn't Origins by the same guy who did Black Flag too? I'm sure it was. And I think that there's two teams that are well liked. There's one that's well liked in Assassin's Creed, and one that's not. The Black Flag guys are generally quite liked, whereas the guys who made this didn't make Black Flag. I think they made one of the less well received Assassin's Creed games, unfortunately. And then they got given Ancient Greece, which is unfortunate for me, because I would love to have seen what the guys from Black Flag would have done with a world like this. Nice. Give me all your shit. Although I do like Dark Age England, to be honest with you, so hopefully that'll be pretty cool. The fantasy setting we play in on the channel, takes a lot from... Oh, look at that. Takes a hell of a lot from Dark Age England in terms of its medieval feel. Early medieval, much earlier medieval. Right, okay. Nice. Gotta be level 3 for that. Okay, it's cool. Do you mean dual gender is in the game? Like there's two genders? I didn't really mind it that much. I actually thought Cassandra's a better voice actress than Alexios. I just I can't roleplay as a woman. Like I can't really identify with the character as much because I'm not a woman. Other guys can, all power to them, but yeah, I just it's not really my thing. But a friend of mine, Steady, he did make the really good point of, who would you rather look at more for 60 hours? Alexios or Cassandra? And yeah, Cassandra is extremely hot, so probably Cassandra. But at the same time, I think I like how comedic Alexios is. Like, he's so over the top macho. It's just ridiculous. Let's have a little... Alrighty. Here's your wood. I actually think I'd rather go with a create your own character sort of a thing. If you're going to go and do RPG elements, like go whole hog and give us a character creator. That would raise this game up, in my estimation, by a long way.
Ah, it's Marcos' assistant bringing me the wood I need, I hope.
Assistant? I don't think so.
I meant Marcos' muscle. How stupid of me.
This will tide you over until the rest of the wood arrives in town.
By the gods! You sure you work with Marcos? He's never once delivered on a promise. Incredible.
I might work with him, but we're nothing alike. I'm true to my word.
Then take your pay. Give none to Marcos.
Why does he, he just bullies this woman? Like, just chill. Leave her alone. Okay. I think it shows you just how much the game is inspired by Hollywood ancient history rather than actual ancient history quite a lot. When you got the Spartan kick in there, that just Yeah, I mean, as I said before, I think Assassin's Creed Valhalla, my Game of the Year choices, as I explained before, they don't always have to be from this year.
I wonder if we'll be able to leave without getting into a brawl. Who am I kidding? This place never changes.
I think looking at it, it's going to be Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Crusader Kings 3, Red Dead 2, God of War, or Cyberpunk are going to be my Game of the Year. It's going to be Cyberpunk, isn't it? Let's be honest. Let's not kid ourselves. Well, to be fair though, like he hardly. I think I was more surprised by the reaction he gave her when all I did was just said, "Quit your whining," where he just went, "Rah, rah, rah," and when just stormed right up to her.
You don't look so good.
I angered them, I think. The gods.
It's possible. I hear they can be vengeful.
I used to worship Hermes at the Droorati cave. There are gods there too, you know.
In the cave?
They grant wishes if you bring them tribute. So everyone makes an offering and asks for something in return. Ah, no wishes of mine granted though. I'm running out of money and tribute. I'm poor myself, you know. I did something wrong.
You know Hermes. He can be a trickster.
Oh, but there are many gods in this cave, all asking for different things. Go hear them yourself. You'll get my last tribute if you do. I need to know if they're real.
All right, don't worry. I'll go.
Oh, thank you. Remember, be careful where you step, Mistios. You'll be walking on holy ground.
We'll see about that.
Shut up. Ooh, the CDPR crunch drama. Now, I said this to a friend of mine the other day, and that I seriously think that if your game enters crunch, and you've had years to make the game, you've failed as a game developer already before the game's even come out. That's just what I think. And so if I was reviewing the game for an outlet or something, I could only give Cyberpunk a 9 or an 8. Like, I couldn't give it a 10 because it'd just be that's like a legendary game, and even though this is quite legendary, they entered crunch. They promised not to. They entered crunch. That's just how it is. They fucked it up. But on the flip side of that, what I've heard of the crunch is that they've encouraged people to basically work weekends or work 6-day weeks, and they've reimbursed them for their time fully by giving them overtime. That's fine, but they should always have the option not to do it. And in a culture that, if you ever worked in an office, you will get looked down upon if you're the guy who goes home. Let's be honest. If you're the guy who goes home and doesn't, and want to spend time with your kids.
Someone dropped offerings here. Looks like they were trying to carry them away behind the statue.
Sorry.
There's a draft here. A crack in the wall.
Go through the crack, Alexios. Go through the crack.
I should stay hidden if I don't want to fight.
Where'd that come from? Huh?
Oh, Jesus. I'm with you. I'm with you, man. XO, I'm with you. Like there is a culture, even in my family. There's a culture of, you go above and beyond, that sort of a thing. I'm like, no, at 5 o'clock or whenever I'm told in my contract, I leave. I'm fucking gone. See you later. Like, I'm not sticking around. Like, I'm going to be a teacher, so I can't do that anymore. Like, I do take my work home with me, which is fine. But I've signed up for that. If I'm working in an office, fuck that shit. I'm going home. Like, I'm not doing anything. Okay. Just stabs him in the arse again. I wish he would stop doing that. You just keep stabbing people in the arse. What's wrong with you? Oh shit. Oh, nearly got me.
Bandits all along. People should have known something was off. But here's all I know.
I wonder if I can get any money from that guy outside. Aha, I just thought I saw something in there. Yeah, I mean, it depends what you mean by nothing here for us. I mean, I'm definitely getting that feeling, and I'm not one of these xenophobic people who says, like, you know, no immigrants, no this, no that. I'm not that kind of a dude, but I am feeling very marginalized at the moment. Like, I'm feeling like, you know, like I'm not allowed an opinion. You know, straight white male, I'm not allowed an opinion. I'm not allowed a voice. Like, I'm not allowed, you know, because I've had this mythical white privilege. You know, it's like, well, no. Like, I'm from a working class family who've struggled for every single penny they've got. Like, you know, we've been screwed out of money as well by the government and things like that. So, no, there's no, you know, and now where I'm actually old enough where yeah, I'm 30, 32, 31. I forget. But now I'm getting my life on track, and now it seems like, even though I'm going to be an educator, you know, I could even be denied work because of the colour of my skin, because I'm not, you know. For instance, if I go and teach in Chicago, which I'm hoping to do, I'll be in a school which is mostly African Americans, which is fine. But I've already been told you might struggle for work. If you stay in that area, you might struggle for work because they're not going to want a white guy coming in and teaching them. Never heard of anything so racist, but you know, it is what it is. It's just, unfortunately. It is what it is. And the scary thing is, I don't know how to change it. I don't know how to make things better. Normally, you know, and that's the thing that the left has over guys like me, I guess, is that it's, you know, we know what we want. We want less racial, you know, hatred and abuse and things like that. And you know, that's great. Okay, cool. They know exactly what they want. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to fix the world and people like me, my colour of skin, you know, my ethnic background, not being able to get jobs and things like that. You know, I don't know.
No gods in the caves, only bandits stealing people's hopes and drachmi. I knew it! Thieves! At least you know you won't face Zeus's wrath. Maybe he'll take pity on you.
I hope Zeus bring his wrath on those bandits.
Don't worry, I brought mine. That should be good enough.
So it never used to be this bad, and I hate to sound like the boomer, everything's bad these days, but it never used to be this way. It used to be, when I was a kid, we honestly didn't see colour. I'm being quite honest there. We honestly didn't see colour, so. Ah. Who's this?
Oh. Hey! How'd it go with Marcos?
How it always goes. I didn't get my money, and I'm running another errand for him.
Why do you let him boss you around?
I owe him a debt from the past.
Oh, did you borrow me?
Not that kind of debt. Few people would take in a runaway they caught thieving. I was just a kid.
Huh. I'm just a kid, and I've done pretty good for myself.
What do you want, Phoebe?
You know Kausos?
The town on the other side of the island. Why?
People there are sick, and my friend Kina is too. There is a blood fever. They say it's a curse, and they need help from the gods.
I told you, I'm not a god.
But Ikaros
Is a bird.
That doesn't mean you can't help.
All right. I'll look into it.
Okay. Well, put it this way, like, let's look at this from a historical standpoint. I just did a talk. Whoops, coming down here. At our local community college. Okay. Now, social distance, of course. But it was their first lecture back. So it was the students. It was their first lecture back, face to face. And no sooner had we done that than the government then said you can't do this anymore. So we're now back to square one again. But I basically said in the class that we were doing things on race and history. Well, of course we were, because we're not allowed to do anything else these days. So we were doing race and history. And one of the classmates, and I've also heard this from a legislator in Illinois as well, which I brought up in the class, said that maybe we shouldn't teach history until we can revise it to be kinder to other ethnicities apart from basically white people. To which I was pretty aghast, and I said, the minute you start revising history, it stops being history, it becomes propaganda. Okay? It's not the historian's fault that no one else but the Greeks, Romans, and other people decided to write their histories down. And it's not their fault. It just is what it is. I'm not going to... And then somebody else, and I shit you not, about ancient times, started making the point that, well, black people were in ancient Greece. They were doing this, and I categorically said, there may have been in Greece, but they didn't do anything of note in Greece. Right? There were no black people at Thermopylae. I'm sorry, there wasn't. Okay? I'm sure the Empire of Ghana, in fact, I know the Empire of Ghana has an amazing historical background. So what I would say is, instead of revising history, why don't we teach that too? Why don't we teach the history of Ghana? Why don't we teach the history of Ethiopia? Why don't we teach all these amazing empires that were in central sub-Saharan Africa? Why don't we teach about that? As well as the 100 Years' War, and as well as ancient Greece, and as well as ancient Rome. Why can't we get a more global view of history? That'd be great. What I'm not going to do is revise history so that it's less of a meanie to you. Because history is history, and the minute you start messing with it, it's the lowest thing. It's the lowest thing an academic can do is mess with history. It really is. The Japanese culture is fucking awesome, and I will not hear any. I know you're being sarcastic, but yeah, I love me medieval Japanese culture. The thing about medieval Japanese culture is, all of the amazing people all lived at the same time. Which is ridiculous. In like a 50-year period, you had people like Oda Nobunaga, Tokugawa Ieyasu, Takeda Shingen, you know, Usagi Kenshin, all these amazing people lived at exactly the same time and fought each other. You know, that's like Richard the Lionheart fighting fucking, you know, Robert the Bruce. And, you know, it's you know, which he may have done if he'd lived, but you know, there you go.
Gods, what's happened here?
What has happened here?
You're murderers! Murderers!
The gods won't help you. This sickness must be destroyed by our hands. We have no choice.
Help us!
He won't let us go.
What's going on?
Kausos was consumed by plague. We couldn't keep up with the bodies. It was spreading. We had to intervene.
They killed our brothers, our neighbors.
We survived the massacre, but he'll kill us now.
The gods have abandoned us. The sick must join the dead if we are to save the living.
You burned the whole village?
Many nights were lost praying. We had to take action. To scorch the blood fever out of Kausos.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think, in all honesty, I think there's two kinds of Japanese culture, and we'll go over this when we're doing Ghost of Tsushima as well, later on this month. But I think there's two forms of Japanese culture. There's pre-World War II and there's post-World War II. In fact, no, I would actually say there's pre-1800s and post-1800s. As soon as the Japanese became more imperial and more expansionist, and yes, you saw a lot of the backwards thinking coming out, and it's still there to this day. I know for a fact, I've got a friend who lives in Osaka, and he's a black guy, and he walks through Osaka, and they literally look at him. They stop and they look at him. They just stop and go up at him as he's walking down the street. And it's just not. It's just normal to them that they look and they're like, oh, what a funny looking man, you know, and they'll say stuff like that, not knowing that he speaks Japanese. They say, what a funny looking man he is, you know. Just yeah. But I think it's a lot of it comes from Japan being so isolationist earlier on in its history, and that, you know, it became a society so collectivist and so wanting to engage the whole and do their duty that they basically lost sight of humanity, which is swinging around a lot now, because especially in big cities like Tokyo, from what I've heard, it's very cosmopolitan and is actually quite left-leaning in places like that. But still, they don't look at it as racial bigotry when they look at someone who's walking down the street, and they point when someone looking down the street. But you know, it's pretty weird.
Is there no hope for a cure?
Nothing has worked. Sacrifice, prayers.
Healers won't come near us. Soldiers won't let us leave. The gods won't answer our prayers.
But I don't know anything about the plague.
There is nothing you can do.
No!
If you intervene, I will be forced to defend the gods' wills.
Save us from him! Have pity!
We aren't even that sick. We'll get better.
Nobody gets better. This is the only way all of Kefalonia will save itself from extermination.
Please.
We have children. Think of them.
Don't regret stopping here, Mistios.
Now, the thing is with this choice, if you save these people, I come back to Kefalonia and it's like taken over by plague and it's destroyed essentially. And I didn't like that. So I want to say I have no say in this. But at the same time, you know, there's just no way, like...
What?
You're no god.
Bloody hell's firing at me? So we've just doomed all of Kefalonia, but role-playing this, there's no way any Alexios would probably be like, yeah, that's fine. Just, you know... just carry on. Murder the entire family. You know, there's just no way.
Priest came from the underworld. Some man of the gods.
The real god sent you. Time to go. We're well enough to travel, but need healing.
Before you go, take my drachmi. It can't pay for what you gave us, but it's all we have.
It'll do just fine. Safe travels.
Don't touch him. Diseased.
Be safe, Kina.
See, now in an actual RPG, you would have been able to kill those guys and then come back and kill the family as well. Which, of course, I wouldn't have done. But, you know, I'll just say. Shit. Give you right going over, son. Think it's time. I think it's time. I still have a picture of this on my desktop computer. Time to climb on Zeus's balls. I swear you can, like, climb on every single bit of this thing. Would not catch me doing this, ever. Absolutely not. Like, just... no thanks. Oh, right, this isn't the statue. Okay, yeah, that was my fail. My fail. No, just jump on the little bit. Oh... That's the thing I like about the right here, or at least people who are like centrist, if not right, is that you know, they're all they all just hate Boris Johnson. I do. It's one thing that unifies them. They're just like, yep. Yeah. It's life. This is life. They had to know when they were putting this in the game that everyone was going to do it.
Not climb on this.
Why not? Swing by the foreskin, Alexio. Swing. Just in case any of you want to take any pictures, you know. So if I was just looking into it like, oh, it is beautiful. I'm gonna take a quick photograph of this. There we go. Sent that to my wife. If you don't have a missus you can share really immature, stupid jokes with, she ain't your missus. There you go. Right, let's climb up here, shall we? Demonetized. I agree, Exo. Would you ever, like, climb on shit like this? You just wouldn't. Oops. Stay up. There we go. Bloody phone. Need to go up this way, I think. Oh god, oh, I hate this so much. There I am. Things look so small to Icarus. There's always a bush down below. Like how... That's what she said. But there's always a bush, like, right below you on these games. Anyway. Oh, no, I don't want to just fall off. I want to jump off. Told you we climb on his balls. Let's head on down. There's a ruin over there. Let's go check that out in a minute. There's something to loot. Thank you. Where is he? Oh, there you go.
Ah, here you are, and not a moment too soon.
I've dealt with the bandits and gotten the wood for the bowyer.
I had every confidence in you, my friend.
Well, your plan?
Right. The Cyclops and I have a score of drachmi to settle. The same score as you, my rough and tumble friend.
He wouldn't be after me if it wasn't for you, my friend.
Right. But I swear, this will put an end to it. If he insists on sending his goons after us, we'll make sure his last good day was yesterday.
Let's hear it then. What do I have to do?
What will we do, you mean? As the brains to your brawn, I consider it a joint effort.
Of course you do.
Think, what does the Cyclops value most? His men? His land? His ships? No, his obsidian eye.
Get to the point, Marcos.
Oh, fine. We're going to steal it.
Are you crazy? You borrow his drachma, then you steal his eye?
Having it means we win. Then it goes to market. We kill 2 birds with 1 obsidian eye.
He'd better hold still, or he'll lose both eyes.
No, no! It has to be done without the Cyclops knowing. You cannot be seen.
Then my new bow will come in handy.
He keeps the eye in his house. It's too valuable to wear out. A wise choice until you show him the error of his ways. Wait for the sun to set, sneak in, and then bring me the eye.
Better be worth something.
Do you know how much obsidian goes for in Kefalonia?
I've never seen it.
Exactly. And not only is it obsidian, it's veined with gold. Gold! It's no wonder he saves it for special occasions.
So we'll use the profits to pay him off.
It will pay for the bulk of it. A vineyard's expensive, you know.
I don't know where the Cyclops lives.
Keep to the west side of the island. There you will find his lair.
Fine. But you won't get away with being cheap.
Cheap? You wound me, Alexios.
It's your defining trait.
Bring me the eye and I'll prove you wrong. Remember, not a soul can see you.
Got it.
Pull this off and our heads won't be the Cyclops' trophies when he comes back.
Yeah, it is really weird. I think... I was just thinking about what you just said there.
Now to find the eye. If it's as valuable as Marcos says, it will be hidden.
As far as I'm concerned, I think Greece and Italy became bit part players mainly because, well, Greece's time was over. Like the Romans made sure of that. The Romans destroyed Corinth and took over Greece, and it became like a backwater basically. Still a very educated backwater, but a backwater nonetheless. And Rome, well, you know, its empire crumbled. In the end, it was taken over by different... I think the empire was Italy's greatest Achilles heel. Because after the empire, you pretty much have Odessa and all these other Vandal tribal warlords who take over Italy. And eventually a kingdom forms, many different kingdoms form in Italy, and one of which is actually ruled, funnily, by the Pope.
Your breath smells like dead mouse.
So, I think that was his main thing, and that nobody wanted to take Italy because, one, also, you have to look at the actual value of the land. Italy, in terms of the ancient world, was actually quite valuable. There's lots of arable land, there's lots of fertile soil. You know, the climate's very temperate, which means it burns off a lot of disease that you get in Northern Europe, and the same with Greece. And Greece is also the crossroads between the Persian Empire and the West, and anything down the Carthaginians and anyone else that they want to trade with. So their position was ideal, basically, to be the centerpieces of classical civilization. Whereas when you look into more medieval style of civilization, well, in terms of ruling and in terms of having states that are going places, unfortunately, well, at least for Italy and Greece, the Northern European states by that stage had far surpassed them in terms of manpower and in terms of... When you think about it, Italy, even today, there's not that many people living in Italy. You know, it's not a very populous country. So that's the weird thing. And that in France and England, you have population explosions and things like that happen, and all of a sudden... You know, and Charlemagne, there were unifying figures in Northern Europe. that Italy never had. Italy never had its Charlemagne. If Italy did, it probably would have cemented itself into the Kingdom of Italy and would have been quite a powerful medieval kingdom. The closest they got to that were the Normans. The Normans came in and took Sicily in the 13 and the 1400s. They even had Sicily as far back as 1045. They took Sicily and southern parts of Italy. So that's the closest they ever got to a kingdom when they were getting more powerful. And there was a time when Italy was literally split into two. You had the Holy Roman Empire in the north, which took over half the country, and you had the south, which was Kingdom of Naples, which was under Kingdom of Naples and Sicily, which was under the Normans. So that's the closest it's ever come to having its own like proper medieval kingdom, to be honest with you. Whereas Northern Europe had people like Charlemagne, had big figures of history like William Longshanks and all these different unifying kings who pull things together. Alfred of Wessex, for instance. And do you know what? A lot of the time, an external threat is needed to unite a people. So if you look at Spain, the Reconquista, with the great Islamic Emirates coming into Spain, that unified Spain into a single entity, and Portugal to a lesser extent as well. And you've got England fights off the Vikings and the Norse, and the French. Ironically, the French fight off the English, of all people. So, it's home in the west of the Cursed Valley of Pali. Okay, where's that? Cursed Valley of Pali. It's in the west. The eye should be inside the Cyclops is there. Like this, you mean? Now, what's chat been saying? Yeah, two things on that. Yeah, The Last Kingdom is a phenomenal TV series. I really like it. From a historian standpoint. Bit weird how he wears a sword on his back, but we'll forgive him because he needs to look different. He is the hero after all. But yeah, I like The Last Kingdom. And yeah, China has had 5,000 years of astonishing history, which really, they've invented things like gunpowder and things like that. But also, like, I want to get over, and this is something that I've wanted to do in my classes too. I want to get over the self-hate the West has at the moment. There's nothing wrong with being proud of. If you're from Italy, you should be proud of the fact that your country gave birth to the Roman Empire. You should be really proud of that. If you're Greek, you should be proud of whatever you've done. In England at the moment, we have such a self-loathing of what it is to be British in our own history and things like that. This country, and trust me, I have many American friends, obviously, because I'm marrying one. But like the Americans wish they had British history. The only reason that I say this all the time when people take the piss out of me when I'm in the States for being English, being a bit of a toff. I'm not toff, but you know what I mean. Like, you're English, so we beat you in the War of Independence and all this rubbish. I just say, listen, you wish you had our history. That's why you take the piss. Like, you wish you had things like Hastings. You wish you had William the Conqueror. You wish you had Richard the Lionheart. You wish you had all these amazing events, that Magna Carta, that have happened, the English Civil War, the fundamental rights of man and property, all discussed, all hammered out in England. We're where it's all started, baby. So don't be fucking coming towards me with, we beat you in one war, so all of a sudden our history's better than yours. There's nothing wrong with British people being absolutely proud of where they come from. This is an amazing place. It's an amazing little island we live on. I'll just check chat whilst I'm doing this. I teach ancient history and classics, John. Hello, by the way. Yeah, I teach ancient history and classics. So I do a little bit of medieval history as well, but my day-to-day is I'm a private tutor teaching ancient history and classics. At the start of the stream, as I mentioned, I've got a bachelor's degree in ancient history and a master's degree in ancient warfare. So that's basically my bread and butter. I love a bit of history. How do you feel about Genghis Khan or Chinggis Khan? Well pointed out, Golden Line, Chinggis Khan and the Mongols. I'm going to be really honest. Probably some of my favourite, probably my second favourite empire of all time. In terms of, I know a lot of people in the chat. I've mentioned Clockwork, especially. I've mentioned like the horror of certain bits of history. And whilst it's important to remember that, I like to celebrate history. And the Mongol Empire is probably the single coolest thing. I want to say it's the coolest medieval empire. It just is. For the true melting pot that it was, and the fact that the Mongols knew that it was a melting pot and they encouraged that, and they said you can worship whatever god you want as long as you pay your fucking taxes. I love that, and it's such a pragmatic way of looking at the world. And also shout out to Marco Polo, the guy, obviously his writings and the TV show. TV show's a load of nonsense, by the way. But I loved the guy who played Kublai Khan in that. He was amazing. So yeah, if you love Mongolia, by the way, read a book called Wolf of the Plains by Con Iggulden. He's very fanciful and he likes big books for boys. You know, he writes very manly books. But Wolf of the Plains tells the story of Temujin when he was a kid. This young boy who becomes Genghis Khan, and it tells you the rise of Genghis Khan all the way up to when he was conquering the world. I think there's like 5 books in the series. It's an amazing series. You'd love it. I will get to the chat in 1 second as I talk to this man wearing a dress.
Mistios, fresh vegetables for your journey. The juiciest in Kefalonia.
I'm not really in the market for vegetables.
No one is. Our stock is practically decomposing.
We're trying to make enough rachmi to get out of Kefalonia. It's about time we moved on.
I know what you mean.
Wait. Creosa. You think he could help us?
I think he could.
You'll have to tell me what it is first.
Are you scared of sharks, Mistios?
Have you seen their teeth?
Believe us, we have. And we won't go near them again. A shark is guarding our one guaranteed way out of Kefalonia.
A shark?
He guards a precious necklace. We get it, sell it, and leave Kefalonia. The old bandit who found it first buried the necklace on the shore, near a temple.
And the fool didn't think. Water rises. Now the necklace may as well belong to the shark. Vegetable drachme is all right, but necklace drachme is best.
I know what it's like to want to leave Kefalonia.
Who wouldn't? We have nothing here. As many vegetables as we please, but no hope.
It's buried in a chest. If you get it for us, we'll take what we need to get out, and you can keep the rest.
All right, I'll kill your shark.
You'll skewer him.
You'll find him deep in the ruins of Granit down south.
Buried treasure usually has a story.
The necklace was said to belong to Procris. You know, the wife of Kephalus. On the eve of their wedding, he gave it to her as a promise of fidelity.
Well, we know how that turned out.
Typical. At least he returned to Procris in time for her death.
Where on the island are these ruins?
You know the sunken islet of Zeus? Find that, and you'll find the ruins.
Okay.
To the Shark's Temple I go.
I'll never look at another vegetable again after this.
I'm doing it for the XP, guys, so... Okay, let's have a little look. Hmm. Oh, nice, John. Where did you go to do your degree, if you don't mind me asking? I agree with a golden line there about the about Egypt. In medieval Egypt was considered a vast melting pot of different cultures. In fact, it was considered so exotic that Thomas of not Thomas of Aquinas, was it Thomas Aquinas? It might have been. I can't remember. No, Thomas of Accra. That was it. Thomas of Accra. He wrote about Egypt as this amazing place. He basically he is like a Shangri-La almost. He equated it almost to this place of like forbidden kings and things. But also, let me just have a little look here. In Egypt, especially under Saladin as well, you could practice whatever religion you wanted, which was pretty cool. The Islet of Zeus, where is that? The temple is underwater off the coast of Kefalonia. Okay, it's in the south of the ancient ruins of Kranoi. Okay, I'm thinking it's going to be here or here somewhere. I'm thinking there. I love these little photographs that people post. Some of them are just gibberish. Just like, what? Okay, let me call my horse. In fact, Saladin was considered a friend of European powers for a little while, until the Crusades, obviously. But when Zengi, he was a Turkish warlord, came to power, it was Saladin who was fighting against him for control of the Eastern world, basically, of the Middle East. And he would get funds from France, England, and the Holy Roman Empire as well to fight his war.
Come on.
How weird is that things are repeated so much? Because America did the same thing with Iraq and with the Al Qaeda as well. They were funding them, and then they had to go in and fight them. How weird that England did exactly the same thing with the Middle East. Get me down here. Ooh, is this a... Oh no, it's my home.
Come on.
I was wondering what the hell that was. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. It's in Alexios's hovel. That's what it is. Ooh, that's a chat I really want to read. Whereas, is that shark around here, I wonder? Can't see anything. Okay, I don't think it's here.
Come on.
Let's have a little look. It's got to be this then, surely.
Hey.
Yeah, I think it is this.
necklace is down there.
This is great, isn't it? Let's have a look down here. So, is Brazilian history taught in schools? And if it is taught in schools, how far do people go, do you think, like in Brazilian schools and stuff? Like, I know my family lived in South Africa for a while, so I know they did. They went quite back in their education. Like they did the things that, like, at least, you know, about 500 years back. But it is very strange how, like, most African history apart from that is pretty much gone. Yeah, like, you know, they didn't really learn any of it. But it was also apartheid at that time, and so they're not going to learn about black people's history, are they? Let's be honest. Oh shit, fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck you, shark. There's more than one. Fuck this, then. Fuck this. I'm going. Bye. Bye. Fuck this. Didn't there's more than one. Ha! Where is he? Hehehe. No, I guess I'm out of range. I wonder if I can, loot the sharks. Well, maybe I can. Soft leather? Sharks? I don't think so. Okay, let's get across to the shore. Let's do a bit of reading of the chat, shall we? So... That's really weird, Clockwork. Yeah. I mean, in England, like, we're learning English history and things like that, but unfortunately it seems to be going away from that. Yeah, that's fine, Golden. Yeah, I can see that. Yes, I have played Origins, and I really enjoyed it too. I may play it for the channel eventually, but since Ancient Greece is more my thing, I went with it. No, that was where the picture was taken. Yeah, I went with this as my choice for now. It's really a shame that some histories don't... And this is not a slight at all, but it is a shame how some countries don't not celebrate their own history, but don't teach it. Maybe because they you know, it's a lot of it's lost, or you know. But it is a shame, like Clockwork, you describe Brazilian history classes as doing more about countries that aren't your own. That's a shame, because Brazil's a vast country. It's huge. Like you'd think there was a lot in there, and many empires have passed through Brazil over the years. So you know, I'd be very interested to learn about Brazilian history, to be honest. Let's have a little look. And by the way, going back to the game, this is basically the game. This is it. Like, it doesn't... Apart from the ship that we get, this is the game right here. It doesn't go beyond this, which is the shame. It's a shame, really. Even the assassinations, quote unquote, aren't really assassinations. They're more, you know, just going into port, killing people. Although I did have a really fun thing where I had to kill someone from the Cult of Cosmos once, and I just drove the ship up next to them and started volleying arrows at them until they died, which was that's pretty fun.
High security here.
Let me just check on the time there. One of the things that is this designer eats time. Like, I've been streaming for over 2 hours now, and it doesn't feel like that. It feels like I've just come on. Honestly.
You found it! That's the necklace!
That shark put up a good fight. He must have liked it.
We can finally live. No more vegetables.
We'll have a new life. One far from our past.
I know what that's like. Good luck.
Okay, so Shark's Lair should be Shark's Lair? This guy's lair. It's west of the Cursed Valley of Pally, okay. Maybe it's this. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I'm close to my target, am I? What target?
Hello, I see you.
Ah ha ha ha. So I think having a wife who's from America, like she doesn't want to go to South America, obviously, because you know, like she's afraid of like drug barons and stuff, but I think Brazil she'd be fine with.
They'll keep a sharp watch here. I need cover. If I'm quiet, I can hide in the bushes. Malaka. Must be some eye to have that much protection. I have to stay out of view.
You there!
Am I right next to it already? Okay. Lost key. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me in, let me in. Oh, balls. Gonna be in there, isn't it? I like that. I like that attention to detail. There's blood on the bed, and then they dragged them in there and probably killed them. Okay, that is not a prisoner. I thought that was a prisoner. Is it a prisoner, though? Can I... No. Okay. Take all this. Alright, and out we go. Excellent. That went well. Let's have a check of the chat, shall we? Golden Line, I am going to do Ghost of Tsushima next. This isn't going to be a full Let's Play. This is just me chilling out playing the game, and I'm going to do this with different games. But I think Ghost of Tsushima might be a full playthrough because they've announced a new New Game Plus mode. And I want to play that really badly because I've got loads of cool gear and stuff. So I'm going to do a brand new playthrough. Make some different choices. Get some different armor. And play through the game that way. And I will stream that too. So that might be a full playthrough. I don't think it's out till the 16th of October though, so we'll be waiting another week. But as soon as it's out, I will be definitely getting on that because I love me some Ghost of Tsushima. It's fantastic. Awesome game. In fact, playing this, even though I really am enjoying this as a time sink and how beautiful it is and the combat, it makes me realise how good Ghost of Tsushima actually is.
Aye, be careful!
Do you know how many of his guards were there? All for a fucking rock.
This rock could buy a house, my friend.
And yet, it's still not enough to pay back the Cyclops.
Oh, don't be upset. Think of all the fun we've had.
The Cyclops is going to kill us, Marcos. It's as simple as that. And there's nothing fun about it.
This will work, I promise you. Would I lie to you?
Don't make me answer that.
Take the eye, but don't sell it yet. No vendor would believe we came by it lawfully. They know exactly who it belongs to.
Fine.
Better your pocket than his socket.
I think that's enough for one day. Here, Marcos.
Wait! I saw a boat. One I've never seen before.
So?
The vessel's too good for this dirty town. It must be the Cyclops, and he brought friends.
He's back. Ugh. I can never catch a break, can I?
Take them out, and that's one less thing to deal with. Besides, these strangers look rich as Chrysos. The Cyclops pays them well. It's win-win, my friend.
It can't hurt. What do I have to lose?
You? You're a winner if I ever saw one.
Then where are they?
In an abandoned house on the eastern coast. Who knows what golden fortunes shine in their hideout? Send them to Hades, then loot them for all they have. We'll be rich!
The eastern coast. Can you be more specific?
I think they've settled in an abandoned house, by a small forest south of Sami.
So, if these visitors aren't from Kefalonia, where did they come from?
All I know is Kefalonia will be the last place they'll ever see.
I'm keeping some of these golden fortunes, though. No negotiations.
Not even a drachme for the man who sent you?
The rest goes to pay your debt. These are my terms.
Oh, fine, fine. Now teach those strangers what it means to be Kefalonian. Draw blood or bleed.
So, Last of Us 2, I've not played it. I didn't play the first one because I didn't have a PS3 at the time. And then I didn't have PS4 at the time when the first one was remastered. I watched it online though. I very much enjoyed watching it. The second one, yeah. I've heard a lot about its story that didn't please me. So I thought, well, if I'm not going to enjoy its story, then I'm not going to get involved. So, is what it was. There's actually a compilation of all the men in that game dying and being killed by women. It's about 20 minutes long. So it probably shows you the kind of game we're dealing with here in terms of quote-unquote social justice. Yeah. But I think it's about 2:30 in the morning, guys. So I think I'm going to have to leave it there. Joel in one, yeah. But thanks very much for the chat. It's been awesome. I'm probably going to be back on over the weekend at some point. Just to chill out, do a bit more of this, because I'm enjoying it. It's pretty cool. Let me just... how do I save it? How do I save? Oh, there we go. Main menu. Right next to the bloody microtransactions. But thank you very, very, very much, guys. Cheers for watching. It's been amazing. I'll be back on over the weekend. I normally leave the stream on for about 20 minutes before I even start, so you get lots of warning that I'm going to be on. Cheers for that, and I'll speak to you over the weekend. See you later.